What's up, everybody? It's Jochen Hyde, and I'm back with the Desert Wolf versus Wirraway's Warner Pacific campaign. Of course, we're playing Scenario 1 with stacking limits, and today we'll be looking at the 25th of November, 1942. Okay, we're back. November 25th, 1942. Let's see what happens here. I'm also going to be really interested to watch the progression of Desert Wolf's fleets as they leave Pearl and head towards the Marshall and Gilberts. So we got Coast Watchers right now. Naval movement. Let's see if we get anything here. Well, nope. If there was going to be some sort of naval combat at night, we would have seen it right now. And night bombing, none of that. Okay, we got some daylight, and the Coast Watchers are going to tell us. Okay. The Chitose is in Munda. I don't believe it. Okay, got some merging. Some merging. All right. Bunch of merges. Okay, AM air combat phase. Man, those PBYs are just ripping up these Japanese subs. Jeez. Man, it's a bad time to be a Japanese sub captain right now. Hmm. 3 ships near Christmas Island, huh? Oh, shoot! I think we got a cap trap here. This is a cap trap. Oh, shoot. Oh, dang, man. I didn't see this coming. Okay, so, Wirraway's doing his daily sweep, and this is why I guess you sweep right before your bombers come in. But this time, there were some people waiting for him. We have some P-40Ks, some Hawk 75s, P-40Es, and some Lightnings. I presume they're flying out of Chungking with long-range cap. We'll have to look at that after the turn, but right off the bat, they're doing a pretty decent job here, slicing the dice in this sweep. Oh, now you're in trouble. The big boys are here. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Yeah, these are some of his best pilots, I'm guessing, because they're getting the better of these Oscars. Let's go ahead and fast forward through this and see how this resolves. So far, it doesn't look good for the Japanese. Yeah, it does. Doesn't look good at all. Um, I think we lost a lot of Oscars there. Unfortunately, there's even more coming in behind it, and uh, these are better Oscars, so this may not be as good of a trade. Let's see how this goes. Ah, oh. I thought I saw a lot more Oscars blow up than these guys, but um, All right, back over here to Burma. We got these P-66 Vanguards doing some sweeps. I'm guessing there's going to be a bombing raid going in here just to the southwest of Prome. All right. Oh yeah, okay. He's definitely going to bomb here then, for sure. All right, so the P-38Gs coming out of pretty far south here, sweeping at 39,000 feet. Jeez. Looking for some Japanese fighter aircraft, not finding any. Okay. Even more sweeps. Okay, I think we know where the bombing raid's coming this turn. Okay, so the good news is we still have a lot of cap up here. The bad news is it's not nearly as much as what we started with because I feel like these incessant sweeps have kind of worn down the cap, and it's just going to be feeding them in, and every time there's going to be less and less cap left. And here come the bombers, and there's almost no fighters left. Dang it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that cap had been stronger? We would have an absolute slaughter here. Yeah, there's almost no fighters left. Oh man, this could have been an epic slaughter, but Wirraway covered his asp here pretty good and swept ahead of it with enough fighters to neutralize that cap. It was a good try on both parties, but I would say the Japanese probably got the better of this one today. Yeah, these guys are so worn down; they're probably not even gonna be able to do anything. Dang it. Dang it. Bummer, man. That's it. What could have been, man? What could have been? Well, Wirraway did what he needed to do. He got the sweeps out in front of it all. The coordination worked as it should, and he just kind of wore down that long range cap until they were not effective anymore. Yeah, and there's almost no cap left. They're not even there. Well, that's a bummer, right? And it's still coming in. So Desert will correctly deduce that this was going to be the Schwerpunkt for the Japanese bombing effort in China today. He just did not have enough aircraft there. The sweep just kind of got the better of it. Bomber, man. It's like they're not even there anymore. Wow. Look at the assortment here. We got a little bit of everything, like a smorgasbord, taster's choice of options for aircraft here. So these are coming out of Lido, right? You can see the red line, and also from Chrome. The coordination here is really good. He's looking to break through here clearly, right? Look at look at the amount of bombers and look at the amount of bombs dropped, right? And look at the amount of damage that was inflicted. It's so little. And look at all the troops that are there. Jeez. This is a huge Japanese setup right here. Does not appear that the bombing was very effective, unfortunately. Okay, got some Hudsons coming in. They're not going to do much. They do nothing. These are Dutch DB7s, which I believe are equivalent to B-25s. Another bombing raid coming in. Again from Lido and Prome. One Vengeance destroyed by flak, and basically no Japanese casualties at all. Again, nothing. I have to look at that terrain. It must be something really good, because if this was clear terrain, I really feel like these guys would be getting vaporized by this bombing. It's just not happening. All right. Still more coming in. And not inflicting any casualties. They may be disrupting, but that's it. Wow. It's a lot of bombers. Just a lot of fragments now. That's what I'm just trying to get through it quickly. For whatever reason, the game likes to split up sweeps, so they'll send in the main body and these stragglers. I hate that it does that. It's so annoying. Send the whole thing in, or send in like 2 equal halves, not this like 23 and 2. I don't understand why it does this. Oh my gosh, there's still more coming in there. We get it, bro. You're going to sweep that hex. There's nothing there. He didn't want to get cap trapped, so I can't blame him for that. Oh my goodness, still got a PM air phase to go. Dang, another sub is hit. Those PBYs are ruthless sub killers. There's a lot of recon right now. That's pretty standard for the PM phase. Oh my goodness. So much recon. Ooh, that's a lot of recon. All right, so now we're going to transition into the land combat phase. And I'm not anticipating any crazy activity, but let's find out. I've been wrong before. Oh, here we go. Here's something new. A Japanese deliberate attack south of Kunchong. I don't know how this is gonna go. This is actually I don't know. Let's find out. What do you think? How are they gonna do? Not that well. Not very good. So there's a lot of tanks here, okay? So what I'm guessing is that the tanks are actually the ones that are attacking and the rest are bombarding. So that's why you don't really see a lot of infantry losses here, right? But if you look at it, you only trade 8 vehicles and you take out quite a bit of infantry. So I guess I see what's happening here. Okay. It doesn't look good on paper, but in reality, it's a bit disproportionate, to be sure. Okay, we're back to bombarding in the what I'm going to continue to call the impassable hex. Not much gain there. That's it. Okay, making size 4. Okay, Tarawa size 4 airfield, making size 1 fort. Once Tarawa gets to size 5 airfield, full range of opportunities for 4-engine heavy bombers and anything can operate out of there with the full bomb load. So let's go ahead and move along and see what we get for any kind of reinforcements on the map. Okay, AM Herald, and that's it. That's a mine layer, I think, or a minesweeper. I'll have to check. Let's take a look. Well, it appears that Wirraway is not the only guy that knows how to cap trap, because we had a good one over here this turn. That was pretty cool to watch. Unfortunately, didn't have the desired effect, I don't think. But let's go ahead and talk about all the stuff. Intelligence reports. Aircraft losses this turn was kind of a wash. 24 to 24. So the Japanese lost 14 Oscars and the Americans lost 10 P-40Ks, 9 P-40Es, and again we're back to Oscars here. And as far as bombers shot down, it wasn't too bad for the Japanese. They lost 4 Lilies, 1 Sally. So the cap trap didn't quite capture the intended targets. So I don't know. We can talk about it a little bit more perhaps later. Top pilots, 9 wounded in action, only 1 KIA here. Let's see if we can figure out who those wounded pilots are going to be. So we see here, I'm guessing a lot of these wounded pilots are going to be kind of in here, these fighter groups. A lot of them are getting return dates this month. Some don't have them. They're going to need to get them. But I guess that's not bad. Out of 24 aircraft shot down, only 1 pilot is killed outright. That's not too bad. Okay, looking at the Army loss points for this turn. 2 for the Japanese, 1 for the Allies. Ship sunk. No new ship sunk this turn. Okay. Continuing on here, we have political points, and I showed we gained 50 points, so Desert Wolf didn't spend any. For the turn, the Japanese gain only 4 points, but despite that, their win ratio drops to 1.620. So it's not much movement on that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually attempt to integrate Combat Reporter into my video here in lieu of me going through these reports up here. I want to use Combat Reporter to display the information. So I'm going to try it right now. I'd love your feedback as to what you think about that coverage. So let's give it a shot here. Okay, so now we're looking at Combat Reporter, and I have this one set up just for Desert Wolves campaign. So this will be the first time I'm actually going through this with you guys. I'm still learning my way with this. I'll refine the process as I go on, but you guys can be my guinea pigs. So we'll start with ground combat because that's what we always talk about, and well, combat in general, right? So for ground combat, we had this Japanese deliberate attack here, right? We had a bombardment here. And for air, we had a lot of stuff, but I want to talk about the big one for this turn. The cap trap here at Chikyong. We can take a look at this by reading some of these numbers here. Initially, let's see, where did we start at? This is the first engagement where the cap trap was strongest, right? We had the most amount of aircraft that were available. But as you see, as each subsequent engagement went on, the amount of allied aircraft reduced, and it got to the point where yeah, they were just hardly in force when the bombers actually came. So that happened because Wirraway sent a strong sweep in front of the bombers, and it wore down the fighters on the allied side. So by the time the bombers got there just weren't many left. And we'll take a look at this when we go back in game and we'll see what kind of settings these aircraft were on. My guess is they were on long range cap out of Chungking, but we'll look at that. All right, so let's talk about SIGINT. This thing is really good at SIGINT, and it'll tell you locations of where stuff's based at. So we found out that 27,000 men were based at Yokohama this turn, and we located all these units here, and this will tell you exactly where they're at, right? So for example, if we see a unit that we're interested in, like this Naval Guard unit, where are they located? At Bacolod. Well, now I know where that's at, and I can keep this in here all the time. 52nd Division. Ooh, that's a big unit. Where's that located? It's located on the main islands there. So this is really cool for SIGINT. Also, we also got for SIGINT, we know that a Japanese Air Force unit is loaded on an AK, Canberra route moving to Bangkok. All right. For radio transmission, this is one of my favorite features of Combat Reporter. Instead of me having to trudge around the map, we can click on each locations, right? So heavy volume of radio traffic detected at Hiroshima. So we'll look at that in the actual game because with 2 repeat mentions of radio traffic at a base, we should get some good intel on that, and we'll take a look at that. And then finally, we see, is there anything at sea here? No. All right, cool. If we see radio transmissions at sea, it'll take us to the actual hex so we can see where that's at. All right, and the last thing we'll look at is the ops report stuff. So we'll look at new arrivals. We got the reinforcement AM Herald, which is at Alameda. For combat, nothing there. Damaged aircraft are listed here. Intel. We know that Tarawa expands to airfield size 4, and that's our base. Kavieng, size 3. Macon, fortifications 1, and Tungu, airfield size 6. These are all our bases, I think. All right, so these are the Japanese sightings. We don't need to go through each one. I'm just kind of showing you how this works. Maintenance reports from aircraft. And this is a cool one. These are all the pilots that were involved this turn that are reporting kills. And that's not to say this is all inclusive. This is what the game captured for us. So we don't see any aces here, but we got some that are getting close. So like Lieutenant Putnam is 1 kill away from becoming an ace. So pretty cool. Any ships getting repaired? Absolutely. We got the Chester and the Chicago at Pearl Harbor that are ready to go. The Warspite at Pearl Harbor ready to go. And Northampton at Pearl Harbor ready to go. So those are actually 3 heavy cruisers and a battleship coming online at Pearl. Replacements, this isn't something I'll probably keep a look at. this is pretty cool. This mentions any kind of submarine activity where a submarine is listed by name. And right here, we can go right to the hex where that's at. So this I-168 was attacked at north of Macon, actually. Yeah, that's Millie. Task Force mergers, and you can see where those are at. And then unknown. This is just the random stuff at the bottom of your ops report that you can take a look at here. If they have a hex or location, you can go to it, right? So PBY5 is attacking this SSX at this hex, right? Nauru, and here is Millie. So this is just stuff that that combat reporter can't entirely classify. And again, as long as the location is listed either by hex or by name of the base, we can click on it. All right, so that is combat reporters. Let me know if you like this kind of data in these videos, and I'll continue to integrate it. If you think this is too much, well, maybe I'll just keep doing it the old way I was doing it. So one thing we're going to go ahead and do is follow up with on SIGINT is the radio traffic at Hiroshima Kure and see what we can see out of that. So we're going to go back in the game now. Okay, we're back in the game. And just like I thought, we did get some good G2 on Hiroshima. Detection level 2 of 2. It does appear that they have 15 ships in port. No aircraft. And it looks like they're just doing a lot of repair work there. Or aircraft factories and such, right? Also notice that Yokohama gave us some good details as well. Only 9 aircraft are based there. But a single ship appears to be in port, and it's an APD. That's pretty cool. All right, let's talk about our turn now. We'll get back to the normal flow of stuff here. In China, Wirraway launched an attack right here, which is pretty cool. It didn't do too much damage to us from what I can see, but it did burn up some supply. Here are the units themselves. This one doesn't seem to be too badly affected right now, but you know, he's probing for weaknesses around here, and he's looking for a way to kind of clear out this area and maybe push towards Chongqing, but he's got a long way to go. It's going to take a lot of pushing to get there. And this terrain up here is all good for the Allies. It's all mountain and rough ×3 stuff. Still don't really know what's going on at Lanchow, but we do see that he's moved some fighters into the airfield. So those are probably flying cap and protecting the oil fields here at Lanchow. This is where our cap trap was. Once again, we already talked about that. The Allies did move additional troops in here, so we're now up to almost 1,100. Well, we are at 1,185 AV worth of assault value here, which is quite a lot. And it's on ×2 terrain, so Wirraway's going to really have to focus his bombers here a lot harder, and hope that he's got some big units in this hex here to get in here. And he's still at risk of getting surrounded, so a lot of activity here. I don't know how this is going to go. Okay, in Burma, we may start being able to have some discussions about ground activity. This is where the Allies concentrated their bomber forces this turn, right? And that, as you see here, we have a large contingent of Allied troops in the hex. They are slightly overstacked here, but I'm sure that Desert Wolf will rebalance that here in just a little bit. But we get some really heavy hitter units here, right? Look at this. 7th Australian Division, 23rd Indian, 11th Indian, 9th Indian. There's a lot of AV here. But we know from the combat report that the Japanese have a lot here too. So this is going to be the first step on getting on the road down to Rangoon, if that's in fact what Desert Wolf is trying to do. So I expect we're going to see increased activity in this hex in the following turns. The terrain is jungle terrain, which is ×2. So it's not the same as like these jungle roughs or anything else here. So there is a better chance of getting through here than in some of these other hexes where it's just ×3 terrain. Right? Like remember at Tongi when the Allies were attacking here a while back, they were going up against ×3 terrain, and it's so hard to get through that with these stacking limits. But here, we may have a better chance of something good happening. So we're going to see a lot of bomber activity coming in here, a lot of sweeps. I don't know if the Japanese are going to attempt to counter that. They might, because I'm seeing some fighters at mole mine right now. Okay. So you never know. I think we're going to start seeing some increased activity and some more action here in Burma really soon. No sign of any carriers. They're gone for now. Sweeping over. Well, okay. Well, I should catch that, right? What is this? A task force sighted moving west. Interesting. Okay, so these have a APD and destroyers. This could be some sort of invasion force for Cocos Islands. We'll watch this as it happens here. But he's gonna have a stiff uphill battle because there's a lot of AV here and a lot of troops on that island. I don't think whatever's in this task force may be enough to take it. So we'll keep watching this in the following turns and see what comes of this. I don't know. Okay, let's talk about the main attraction in this campaign right now. That is the activity going on in the Marshall Islands. So let's get an update on what we saw from the last turn with the Allied ships moving in. Okay. We still have this task force moving to Kusai. Okay, that hasn't changed. We have this task force moving to Tabatuea. That has not changed. These cruisers are heading to Wake, and they're still on the way. Carriers also moving to Wake. No change there. These guys are still heading to Tarawa. The Lexington Saratoga are heading to Aurora. This task force is still moving here to stop. I still think it's heading for Millie. We have a large contingent of the American Standard class battleships with the Fletcher. That's pretty cool. The Fletcher's out here now. It is on the way down to Macon, and I think these will be used for bombardment of Millie once they get into position. Pretty cool. What else we got here? These AOs are still standing off right here. I think they're going to be used to top off ships at some point. I don't know why he's moving them just to here and not somewhere else, but I'll watch this. So from what I'm seeing so far, nothing has changed at all. Everything that we saw last turn is still in effect. Let's take a look at some of the southern more convoys right here. These guys with the 102nd Separate Infantry Regiment are still heading from the area just off of Millie. That has not changed. And we have these guys moving to Luganville. And I figured out why they're going to Luganville now, right? Okay. They're going to probably pick up a combination of some of these units here, right? We got a fighter command that he may want. We got a separate infantry regiment that's going to be used for combat. CBs, there's a lot of high-value units here at Luganville. And I'm sure they had been put to use building up these bases, but these bases are built up basically as high as they're going to go. So there's no further need to have that amount of engineers at Luganville. So he's going to bring these guys in here and these guys in here. And my guess is to... Wow, actually, that's a parachute regiment. Jeez, I don't even know what he's doing. Anyway, these guys are going to probably drop off these parachute infantry at Luganville and pick up a combination of this infantry regiment and the engineers here. But we'll watch this too. So everything I'm seeing is still in effect and still a go. We're heading for Kusai. We're heading for Millie. We've got carriers on a pincer movement. We've got standard class battleships coming out to bombard. We got the calm before the storm, guys. This is going to be wild. I can't wait to watch these turns as we get into December. This is going to be lit. So I'm going to end this video now because I think I've covered everything I need to talk about. Please give me your feedback on if you like the combat reporter information folded into the video or if it was more of a distraction. I'd like to know what you think. I'm going to keep doing it until I get enough feedback that tells me it's really good or it's really bad. It may take a few videos to get it out there, but I'll continue to try to refine it so it's a little more succinct and to the point. But I would like to know what you think. I'll catch you guys on the next one.